I'm back. Hello again, y'all. It's me, Charlene. My hair is back. My hands are washed. Ooh, look at that. I've got nails. Anyways, my hair is back. My hands are washed. Let's get to cooking. Today we're going to cook stuffed shells. Okay. So what we're going to need for this is, let me bring you over here and show you. We have lots of tomato sauce because I'm not sure how much I'm going to need. So I've got these 2 cans, I've got this big can, I've got Italian stewed tomatoes. We're going to need a box of jumbo shells, which I have there. And to season that sauce, we're going to need my homemade spaghetti sauce seasoning. We're gonna use 2 pounds of ground beef and 1 pound of Italian sausage. So let's point this down. Okay, I'm gonna start by putting, this is a 1 quart measuring cup. I'm gonna put 4 quarts of water in this pot. You don't have to sit through that, but that noise you hear in the background is my dishwasher. I'm going to put some salt in this, make it salty like the ocean. Well, not quite, but quite a bit of salt go in here. And as soon as it boils, I'm going to put my shells in there. I may have forgotten to say it, but we're also going to use 1 medium chopped onion. Okay, there's my water. I need to refill my salt shaker. Yep, lots of salt. You know, I've always been told, watch your salt intake, watch your salt intake. And I always tried to make my own chicken broth, and it just never tasted right. Not like the stuff you buy. So I was like, well, what is the difference? Well, the difference is I was barely putting any salt in it. Once I figured that out, started adding enough salt, I realized my broth is pretty darn good. Okay, so we're waiting for that to come to a boil. Let's get our meat in here to cook. I need a knife. There's my chopped onion. No, that's not hot. So let's see. I'll use the knife that I chopped my onion with to open my meats. This is my Italian sausage. Okay, and that's 1 pound of Italian sausage, and I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef. Let that cook a little bit before I get my meat chopper over here. Okay, I'm done with the knife, so that goes in the sink. The towel's wet, so that's going in the laundry. And I'll get a new towel. There's my new towel. Okay. Wow. Oh, salt also makes your water boil faster. Let's see. Where's my chopper? Ha. Hiding in the back. Yep, I'm banging on it. Okay, let me get a paper towel. Okay, now I don't know if I specified this or not, but you should be using jumbo shells so that you can put some filling in these. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you about the filling. So while that's cooking and that's heating up, let's get the filling going. Okay, we need some cottage cheese. Way in the back. I find it. Okay, we also need some Parmesan. And yep, I use this stuff. Okay. We also need, oh, I had a half onion in there I could have used. Well, that's okay, because I needed a whole onion. Let's see. This is a mix of mozzarella and provolone, and it was on super cheap sale a couple weeks ago at Reese's. So I stocked up on cheese. So we got that. Our Parmesan. Our cottage cheese. Let's get some Italian seasoning. Salt and pepper. Am I making you dizzy yet? Okay, I'm going to set you down here for a minute. I'm going to go get an egg. I don't know if you've ever eaten one before. This is a turkey egg. See how big that thing is? That's a turkey egg. I'm going to use a turkey egg. Normally I would put a chicken egg in it, but my daughter-in-law gave me some turkey eggs and I need to use them up, so yes, and they're delicious. I made a cake with them with a couple last night. I think one turkey egg is equal to 1.5 to 2 chicken eggs. Okay, let me get a bowl. I have a whole stack of bowls that I use, and I keep them stacked in the cabinet, and they are quite heavy. Okay, there's my bowl. I'm going to start with, oh, I need a spoon. Let's start with a spoon. Okay, let's see. This is 16 ounces. I'm only going to use half, maybe. I'll start with half and we'll see from there. Okay. If you don't like cottage cheese, that's fine. You can use ricotta, but I gotta tell you, ricotta cheese is the same thing. Basically, the same thing. You could put this cottage cheese in a blender and whir it up till it's really smooth, just like ricotta cheese. Or you can actually use other kinds of cheese. However you make your lasagna is how you want to do this. So I'm gonna put a bunch of Parmesan in here. That should do it. It's about half of what I had. And I'm gonna put about half of what I have in here because I want to save some of this cheese to put on top. Of course, I do have other cheeses in the refrigerator that I can use. Then I'm gonna, it's much easier if you just take the top off. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of Italian seasoning on it. Whatever you think will taste good. A little bit of salt, because cheese has salt in it. And I'm doing it the easy way. Pepper. Okay, that was a lot of pepper. Okay. Oh. Let me get something to crack that into. Okay, and this is a farm fresh turkey egg. So I always want to crack them into a bowl or, in my case, paper plate or something like that. And these are tough. There we go. That's a great, big, beautiful egg. Okay. Yeah, I should have beat that up, shouldn't I? Oh well. It'll get mixed up. Okay. Mix it up real good. Okay, my cheese mixture is all done. Let's go check on the meat and the water. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Oh, water's pretty much boiling. Yep, meat needs stirring. So let's do that. Stir the meat. Too high. Okay, now we've got some good brown going on here. I'm going to dump in my onion. Allergies. Or is it just getting old? Okay. Okay, the more more it cooks, the more it'll come off. Okay. And there's the onion. I chopped it up really, really fine. Okay, now we've got some real boilage going on over here. See? Okay. Mix this in. Oops. I'm so messy today. Okay, quit while you're ahead. Oh, and if you didn't notice, these boxes have a, it's not going to work for me. They have a perforation that sometimes works. There we go. So you can just pull them open. And that's how big they are. So I'm putting the whole pound in there. And it says to let them cook 14 to 15 minutes. Well, I don't want them done because I am going to cook them longer in the oven. So, get these in there. I'm going to stir these around a little bit so they don't stick. Bring them back to a boil. And then I'll time them. Instead of 14, I'll check them at 10 minutes to see if they're soft but not flimsy, you know? Okay, so we'll be back in about 10 minutes. And we're still going to finish this meat. Okay, the shells are done. I've got them in the sink with cool water running on them to stop them from cooking anymore. The meat is done. I'm about to drain it, and then I'll be back. Maybe. Okay. Now, we've got everything draining. Let's make our sauce. So this is 29 ounces. These are each 8 ounces. I like a lot of sauce. Okay. I'm filling each can with about half full with water. Swish it around and get all that tomato sauce. Big can too. All that sauce out. Okay. I think I'll wait on that one. Oh, hold on. Gotta go check and see what my little killers are after. They have good imaginations. Okay. Back to the food. Boy, got dusty in there. Okay. My spaghetti seasoning. Supposed to be 2 tablespoons for 15 ounces of tomato sauce. And I have 45 ounces in here, so That means I need 6 tablespoons. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up to a simmer and let it simmer for about 15 or 20 minutes. And then I'm going to add my Italian seasoned stewed tomatoes. Okay, let's let that simmer. Alrighty, the sauce is done. This part of it anyway. Now I'm going to dump in my tomatoes, Italian seasoned tomatoes. Stir that up a bit. Okay. And let's go over here and load up some shells. Okay. There's our pan that we're going to make our shells in. We're going to put a layer of sauce in the bottom. Okay, then we take a shell and we take, see if I can get this in the shot. Take a spoonful of your cheese mixture, put it in the shell. Okay. Oh, I forgot one thing. In this sauce, I'm going to put some of the meat. I was going to mix them together and I thought, no, because I might, if there's any meat left over, I might use that for something else. So we're just going to do it this way. Okay, there was a lot of meat there. Back to the shells. Okay. That's going to end up being a lot of cheese. So. And then just nestle your shells into the meat and sauce. Spoonful. I don't know how many this will make. I might have too many shells and not enough cheese, and if that's the case, I'll just make up a little more.
Maybe. Or maybe I'll just use the shells for something else. Maybe tear them up and make... That was brilliant. Tear them up and make lasagna soup or something like that. Okay. Okay, and I'll be back when I finish this to show you the next step. Okay, I did make some more of the cheese so I could do an extra row of the shells. Ended up having a little bit left over, so I just spread it over top of the shells. Now I'm going to sprinkle some of this meat over the top. So I've got a nice layer of meat. And as you can see, I've got quite a bit left. So that's going to be supper tomorrow night, which will probably be homemade hamburger helper or something like that. Sauce. I need more sauce. Okay. So I've got that all on there. Oh, by the way, you should have your oven preheating to 350 at this point, which I don't, so I need to go do that real quick. Be right back. Okay, finished covering this with sauce. Okay, that's nice and saucy. Now I've got quite a bit of sauce left too, so maybe I'll make lasagna soup tomorrow. Okay. Now I've got Italian style cheese. You use however much cheese you like. I myself like cheese. So I use about 3/4 of this bag. Now, normally I wouldn't do this, but I have some ham in the refrigerator that needs to be used up. So I'm going to chop up this ham real fine. And I'm going to sprinkle it on top of the cheese. Well, maybe not real fine, but pretty small. Okay, there's that chopped up. Sprinkle it on. Ooh, big piece. Fully cooked so it won't hurt me. There we go. Looks pretty good to me. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands and then I'm going to stick this in the oven for about 30 minutes. Because everything's cooked, it just needs to get hot and bubbly. We'll be back. Okay, here it is. It's all done. See, it's still bubbling. Bubbly, bubbly, bubbly. So it's going to be screaming hot. So I don't want to put that on a styrofoam plate, so real plate means extra dish to wash. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I should let this sit for about 10 minutes before I dig into it, but I'm not. Oh, got the cheese there. Okay, that's one shell with all the meat and everything that was under it and on top of it. I need a fork. Okay. Get away from that light. Okay. Y'all gotta try this. It's really good. So I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.